I met Tyeb and Sakina in Delhi in 1968, and I was new in Delhi, didn't know much of the art community, and they took me as a member of their family. I was living in Jangpura, and they were in Nizamuddin West. So from then on until I left, uh, I went to Germany for a year, and then in '74 I left for Japan. There was hardly an evening when we didn't get together, and mostly I ate with them. So the dinners were with them, and other artists will will drop in. And he has a very special place in my heart because he always encouraged me. And we talked about books, and he talked about films that very dear to him, and he will let me even go through his books because he was very, the library was always locked and he wouldn't lend books, but I never borrowed any, but I could hold them and read them. But it was so good to see somebody who was in love with books, and I'm in love with books too. And that as a human being, he was just wonderful. And he spoke his mind. If he didn't like somebody or their work, he was always very kind. But he never said anything, bad about anybody, which I thought I had to learn a lot from him. And then I was in and out, and he came to New York in 2004, I think, for the when his book was released. And it was like we just, left seeing each other a couple of days ago, and we picked up where we had left. And again, it was the same thing. He said, "Are you busy this evening? Are you free this evening? And we'll get together either at his place or at Krishna Reddy's place, and we'll eat together." And he wanted to go and listen to some jazz, and we went there. And he wanted, there was a new jazz center, and it was just wonderful. But he was very busy, but he always found time for his friends. And in New York, Krishna Reddy, his wife Judy, and Sakina and Tyeb and I, we spent a lot of time together. Last time I saw him was in 2007. I was having a show in Bombay, which was, in the center, because I don't know Bombay, maybe Flora Fountain, and he was living in Lokhandwala. And I couldn't believe that he came all the way in his, failing health. And, the gallery I was showing, they were so delighted that he came, and I said he came to see me. But, he wanted to go to art, and art was his passion. But I was so touched that he made an effort, and I didn't know that was the last time we will meet. I have been to their house also. In 2004 I was in Bombay, and I couldn't leave Bombay, and a friend of mine asked me, is there anything he could do for me? And he said, you can arrange a car, or somebody has to take me because I can't find where he lives. So I spent the day with them, and he showed me his studio and his paintings, and I still have some photographs of that. At that time he was already having trouble speaking, but we engaged in a conversation. I just quietly listened, and he gave me his book, which he did in Shanti Niketan. And I feel he's one of our finest artists, and as a human being also. He just pushed his work, kept on doing what he believed in, and now suddenly he's judged by the prices he's getting, but it didn't mean a thing to him. He didn't pursue money, he just pursued his art. And I hope that his work will travel, and then other people can see what one of our artists was capable of, and it will be shown again and again. And I really miss him very much.